Good morning, YouTube. I had a request to do a review on the EXCF 350 2024. I know it looks a little bit different. I did a couple upgrades to it. Let's jump right in. Starting with, I think the first mod I did was I removed the emissions canister that threw the vapors into the crankcase every once in a while, and it kind of made the bike act funky. So that was done. I did a guard on the exhaust. I didn't want to burn my pants. There is a disc guard in the back. Then we did one in the front. This one's made out of plastic, but I think it does the job. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh yeah, the Sycra handlebars, or guards rather. These are probably like one of the most important mods if you're doing some off-roading, because it protects all of your your levers, and because it takes a lot of damage. I mean, I've dropped the bike a few times, more than a few times. Yeah, check this out. I did a tree branch or tree hit my handlebar. The guard stopped it and made the bike nose dive, and I broke the original lens. So I went with this a Service light. I'm happy with it, but it's pretty heavy, compared to stock. I mean, I don't know how often I'm gonna do night riding, but it is what it is. I got that one. One of the most important mods that I did do was I revalved the forks and the rear shock. I put in heavier springs because I'm about 200 pounds. With gear, I'm about 220. I think the bike is rated for stock. The stock springs are for lighter riders, about 160 pounds, I think, or up to 180 or 170. I mean, I just went with the full rebuild because I had a ride or two. We got a ton of rain, so I think I got dirt in the forks and I blew the seals. So they were leaking all over the place, and I ended up changing the front brake pad and the rotor too, because they got soaked with oil. And the owner of N2D was like, dude, this is not safe. I mean, they were squealing pretty hard. He said, they'll never be the same, so you should swap them, blah, blah, blah. I was like, fudge. Extra like $200, but it is what it is. But after revalve of the suspension, I had so much more traction. The bike feels a little bit stiffer even when I backed out on the compression, but it feels great through the whoops. It feels great through the, let me see if I can focus here. Feels great through everything. It just, when you're going up a hill, it feels like you're never losing traction, and the thing just pulls and pulls and pulls. First couple times I rode it, I was like, wow, it's a different bike. Although the stock suspension wasn't bad either, but it just made the bike just like pull even harder. I don't know. It almost felt like I got horsepower from it, but it's just because I'm putting the power down to the ground. Okay, what else? We did this fuel filter by Pinnet. So that's Dave from Best Dual Sports Bikes. I'm not affiliated with them by any stretch. So I got the filter from him. I got the ECU, which I think they cracked, and then they were able to load another tune that's comparable to Vortex. I mean, I could add a switch for two different maps, but I got used to the aggressive map and it's doing its job. I mean, it richens the bike up and it runs like a beast. Okay, so what else came with that? Oh yeah, so with that whole bundle, I got this exhaust tip with a spark arrestor inside, but the spark arrestor is not like the original one that's like all choked out. It's like almost like a long spark arrestor, and it's all closed out from the back. Just removed all that, but this is, you know, OHV legal. Additionally, the whole back piece where it comes stock is just so goofy. I mean, it's just messy and it just like rattles all the time. So I got the Enduro Engineering license plate holder, drilled some holes, and added these lights from Tusk. I got them at Rocky Mountain ATV, probably the best site out there for anything you need as far as like oils and lubricants and cleaners and whatnot. I swapped this piece, used to be white, and on this side as well, this was white and this was white, because my pants and everything else just got it all dirty. I mean, it's not clean right now, but it looks better than white with dark crap. So, and this was an aftermarket piece from KTM. I guess it allows a little bit more airflow, although there is supposedly plenty of room to drag the air into the filter. So, and I removed the reeds. My filter's like caked right now because I just took a ride the other day. So that's gonna be the next thing to clean. We'll put that back on later. I got the KTM guard on the bottom, protects the motor. These are from the SX model guards as well. Not too much craziness going on, but the most important ones is obviously the power mod, which is the new ECU, the suspension, and a few little things to protect the bike. Honestly, this is my first time having a bike, you know, a dirt bike like this, and I've been riding for 3 months, but my progression was like, it's tremendous, according to my friends. Some of them been riding for many years, and I'm keeping up with them. I'm riding very steep terrain. I love this bike. It's amazing. I think I would take this bike over the 500 any day. I've ridden the 500, and it just feels a little bit bulky, less maneuverable. The power, I want to say, is not much different. This felt more torquey than the 500, although the 500 is a bulldozer. It just pulls and pulls, but this feels more controllable. Like in second gear, I'm riding really steep stuff. Third gear rides steep stuff. Fourth gear, I'm already going 45. That's more for like, you know, in between the hills. I came from mountain biking. This is my Levo Carbon Expert. But yeah, I 100% recommend this as a first bike any day. I don't think the 500 would do me justice. I don't think I would use the whole 500cc out of a bike. I don't need that much power. This thing does everything I need it to do. It's a sharp looking bike. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I think the MSRP was 12.5. I went out the door with them at MSRP because I was able to get the bike a lot cheaper. They're heavily discounted if you know how to negotiate. I think there's quite a bit of stock nowadays with anything, cars, bikes, motorcycles. Let's talk about the tires real quick. This is a MX34. This is the tire I went with in the beginning because I don't think they had the AT81 at Cycle Gear. This tire is donezo. I mean, it's already, I put like 750 miles on it, and I drive some gnarly stuff at Roller Flats, Drinkwater Canyon, Bouquet Canyon. Like, there's some good stuff. I have this bike, this tire ready to be mounted shortly. Probably today I'm gonna bring this to Cycle Gear, change out the tube, and put this bad boy on. This is an AT82. It's much more gummier. I'm gonna mount it like this. I had a couple friends that had the AT82 and they mounted them with this side going that way, which was a no-no. I think they mounted it like this. and I think it just chewed it up. I don't expect this to give me 800 miles, but it's gonna give me a lot more traction because that started getting loose when we got, when the ground started to dry up. I started going, whoa. But yeah, other than that, I recommend this bike. Let me know what kind of bikes you guys ride. This is an AT81. It's still good. I have no problems with the front yet. I don't have any knobbies missing. Yeah, it's a very resilient bike. I mean, I dropped it a few times. There was nothing like major crash, but you know, it goes down, then you just pick it up and it goes. So this is my EXCF 350.